But if you want to learn football, the _1 league in the world.
Sophisticated right here.
We have one more fan question to get into, and this one is from @Chris_on_brownies.
What a
Hell
handle.
yeah, Chris. You do your thing, buddy. Okay, do you think that Serie A is a harder league than the Premier League? And we've got former Premier League player Nigel Reo-Coker, who you could also say is our adopted Italian friend here. What say you,
Wore an
Nigel?
Italy jersey this week.
It's two different leagues. I think for me, Serie A is a lot more tactical league than it is for the physical demand of 90 minutes than the Premier League.
That wasn't the question.
Is it a harder league?
Is it a harder league?
Yeah.
I would say the Premier League is a harder league because of the physical aspect of it. But it doesn't mean it's a better league. It's just a harder league because physically for 90 minutes, you're not going to see teams sit there. You literally are like this, the physical aspect of it. And you can just look at players who are generally injured a lot more in the Premier League than they are when they go to Serie A because it's not as physically demanding. It's not as high tempo pace. But that's my answer.
If that question said, is Serie A a better league, then it would have been a more interesting topic of discussion because then we can have the discussion of the tactics and the beauty and the history and all these different things. But is it a harder league than the Premier League? No, you'd have to be crazy to say that the Serie A is harder than the Premier League because of the physical demands, because of the teams, because of their budgets, because of the quality of the players. For sure, Premier League is a harder league. But a better league, I'm not so sure. A lot of people have the misconception that the Premier League is a better league because of the speed and because of the transitions that happen in the game. And the way that they cover the game, I think, is excellent.
Well,
the Serie A,
you would say that, though. You just sat here and said about Napoli, not a great look for the Serie A.
Not a great look for the Serie A.
So the entertainment value of it, you'd have to say the Premier League is a better league.
Oh, come on. It was so entertaining yesterday.
It is entertaining.
Yesterday
was an entertaining league in the
extremely
competitiveness of all the teams.
But you mentioned that the players, that they could struggle. But there's also a lot of players that went from Serie A that are in the Premier League that are dominating. Milenkovic from Fiorentina.
Dominating?
Yeah, Milenkovic from Fiorentina is ranked one of the best. One of the best. Aina, the right back from Nottingham Forest as well. He was playing at Torino. Dean Huijsen in Italy wasn't that great. He struggled at Roma. Now he's one of the best in Bournemouth. So there's also another side to the story as well. That
but then there's also players
tactically different players can fit in other places.
McTominay was laughed at and he's gone to Napoli and he's doing well. So he did
well last year.
It could go both ways with that.
That's what I'm saying. You can't just say it's easier for a player.
I would say it's easy in a player because of you don't have the same physical demands.
It depends the characteristics of the player. If a player is not tactically intelligent enough, it's going to be you're going to struggle in Serie A. Also, defenders. I think if a defender goes from Italy to the Premier League, they have a step up on them.
It's
easier.
So if we're having the conversation about better or worse, City have won 4 Premier League titles in a row. We've seen different winners in Serie A. What does that tell you?
Recently, look back to the history when Juventus were just winning
it.
That's an entertainment value.
Parity makes it more entertaining
100%
to watch the Italian league right now. You don't know who's going to win. We've been arguing for months about who's going to win. So the parity in the
we have 3 different winners right here.
At the moment.
Nigel thinks Atalanta's going to win. You think Inter's going to win. I think Napoli's going to win.
Yeah, but
if we all ask the same question right now, we're all going to say Liverpool.
But even in the Premier League right now, yes, Liverpool are leading the way, showing the most strength and success in what they're doing so far. But I would say that in the Premier League right now, Nottingham Forest are the Atalanta of this title race right now. It's still not a given.
There's
no guarantee.
But it's a lot closer. Do you think?
I'm still sick of yesterday.
Speaking of today,
I can't believe what they feel like if I feel this sick.
We got a few more blocks to go, so don't get sick
got the result today as well, 3-2.
Absolutely, not to take it away from them, but I think if you ask out of 100 people, more people are going to agree on who's going to win the Premier League right now than who would agree on who's going to win Serie A.
Totally
but that doesn't mean that it's also better, because you could go down the leagues and look at other competitions and say, oh, there's a team that wins every different year. I don't know, MLS, for example, teams win. Doesn't mean it's necessarily better. It means it's entertaining, and it's a good thing for us. I think Serie A is rising. We have to say that Premier League is a better league than Serie A. Product-wise, overall, what they've done, and there's one simple statement that will say that that's true. Any player in any other league dreams of playing in the Premier League. You could ask anybody in Serie A, they all want to go to the Premier League for the money, for the entertainment, for the exposure that it gives you.
I agree. But if you want to learn football, the #1 league in the world,
sophisticated right here.
It's Serie A.
That's right. That's for sure. 100%.
That's for sure.
You can't argue.
That you can't argue.
You don't agree with that?
You need brains.
They're not saying the audience the truth. It's the cultural aspect of it. That's the reality. That's what when we talk football, we don't ever talk so much about the cultural aspect of the environment and where you grow up in. The way that they play in Serie A is very traditional to the Italian style. And there's a lot of Italian managers in Serie A. You go to the Premier League, it's the world is your oysters. Going to the Premier League is like coming to New York. It's every nationality, everyone comes in, and that's what makes it exciting because it's not just one way to play football. It's not just.
But we have that in Italy too. Atalanta don't play like a traditional Italian team. Bologna certainly don't play like a traditional Italian team. Parma don't play like a traditional Italian team.
Grella's my guy, and I'm 100% with Grella. If I want to watch Serie A for entertainment value, I would say Atalanta and Inter, two of my favourite teams to watch. I like what I'm seeing at Bologna, and I feel that there are other teams that are making it more interesting, but it's very culturally based in the Italian style when you talk about Serie A. The Premier League, I can't say that because you've got managers from all over the world, different perspectives, different styles. We talk about Amorim coming in. We talk about Nuno at Forest right now. He plays a very defensive game. It's very low block, got a defensive partnership that's working well, and they play quick counter-attacking style. So it's very interesting conversation, but culture plays a big part.
I'll take being second. I'm okay. If Serie A's made up the gap, that's where I'm happy with. To get to the Premier League, Serie A also as a business, as a company, needs to do a lot and copy what the Premier League do. They should be the model for where we aspire to get to. Would you agree with that? Would you say Serie A is the second best league?
Listen, I
was going to say that's the next debate. I don't know if we have time to get to that.
I would say so. I rate Serie A very highly. I really do. I admire the coaching. He knows
this guy. He wore an Italy kit on
He's a good man.
this week. He's giving love to City. Yeah.
He's got a whole bag of mozzarella too in the back of his car.
I would have loved. He does. He brought cheese for everybody except for me.
Okay.
So I'm a little buttered.
Cheese? I got it off the back of a truck. Help you with that one, huh?
That's my guy. He gave it to you. Shout out
Sounds
Franco.
like some sketchy cheese. I would have loved, by the way, to watch Chris on Brownies watching this segment. Okay,
really
we've got more to come on Match Day. We're going to talk some Champions League, some big matches coming up on this Match Day 7 this week, and Tony's back for that combo.